Welcome everyone back to my channel. My name's David. I'm a longtime sufferer of depression, PTSD. I'll leave a link to my video discussing my mental health down below. Today I want to discuss the 10 sides of teenage depression. Depression is a disease that is affecting a lot of our teenagers today. It's said that around 60% of all teenagers will suffer from depression at some form during their teenage years. So parents, I ask you to, if you see any of these conditions in your teenage kids, to be on the lookout for it. And if you see any of these signs or multiple signs, please get them some help. There is help available. The first one I want to talk about is avoidance of social situation, the loss of interest in favorite activities. If your son or daughter has been active in school or active in sports and all of a sudden they lose interest in it, then there's a possibility that they're suffering from depression. So you need to kind of keep a watch out for that. The second one is exhaustion or constant fatigue or just a lack of energy. If they just all of a sudden start wanting to sit around and not have no energy, don't want to do nothing, this is another sign. The third one is a sense of despair, sadness, and hopelessness. And sometimes these thoughts will even escalate to suicidal thoughts. Depression is a very serious condition and can lead to very bad circumstances. If you notice that your child seems to be more sad than normal or feels a hopelessness, get that child help. The other one is lack of motivation. If your child's always been wanting to get up and do things, and all of a sudden all they want to do is just sit around the house and not really do nothing, this is another warning sign. Unexplained aches and body pains, stomach problems. If all of a sudden they start developing these symptoms of stomach pains, or just don't feel good, or they hurt all over, that's a pretty good sign that they've got something going on. So they need to see some physical to get some help, whether it be from a medical doctor or from a mental doctor. Another one is hard time concentrating. When a child gets to where they're having problems with depression, they get this feeling of worthlessness, and then that's all they think about. They're not concentrating on what's going on around them. They're not paying attention really to what others are saying to them. So it makes them have a problem with concentrating on what they're doing, because all they've got their mind on is feeling sorry for themselves. The feeling of worthlessness, irritable, frustrated, or having an extreme case of low self-esteem, these are all signs of depression. A child that's got low self-esteem, that is very irritable, and I'm talking here with conditions that just come on. It's not something that's been just out normal. This is something that happens just out of the normal. They start getting irritable or start don't really want to do nothing, just low self-esteem, just want to sit around and maybe cry all day. These are all signs. Disturbed sleep patterns. They start sleeping all the time or have trouble sleeping at night when they should be sleeping. That's another sign. Another one is appetite. The appetite can go either way. They can either go from where they don't want to eat nothing at all and they lose a lot of weight, to where they use eating as a form of to help them feel better. They'll just eat constantly and gain a lot of weight. This is another sign of depression. And the last one I want to talk about here is they turn to alcohol and drugs to cope with the pain as a form of self-medication. If a teen does not get proper mental health help, then a lot of times they will turn to drugs and alcohol, because that takes away the pain, that takes away the numbness, it makes them feel important again. That gives them that feel-good feeling. And another one that I didn't put down on my list, but I want to talk about, is self-harm. If you start noticing your child has unexplained cuts on their arms or on their thighs, especially on girls, they like to cut their thighs and their upper arm to where they can cover it up with clothes. But if you start seeing these signs, this is a real good sign that that child is suffering from depression. So I ask you to get help for that child. This United States today is suffering from a lot of mental illnesses, and most mental illnesses can be helped. I can't say that we can cure them, but we can help them. So the main thing is, if you feel any signs with your child, sit down with that child and talk to them. Maybe that child will open up to you, and you can seek professional help from that child. I am not a professional. I'm just a person that's suffered from depression for over 40 years now. So I ask you, parents, keep a watch out for your children. And until next time, I love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.